45 points on the Nifty. At one point it looked like it would be absolutely flat, but decent closing. Over the next 30 minutes, as Lata pointed out, 5 stories which define the day. Our experts will answer your questions. So to do that, today we have our experts Mayuresh Joshi and technical expert Sudarshan Sukhani joining in. Gentlemen, thank you both for being with us here on the show.
We have a question coming in from a Twitter user, Anjaneyulu. His question is on Tech Mahindra has 500 shares of that company bought at 410 rupees, and Anjaneyulu wants to know if he should hold or sell. That's 500 shares of Tech Mahindra at 410. Mayuresh, no timeline given, but are you constructive on this stock?
I am, Lata, and again I think if the investor intends to hold this stock for 12 months or more, I think there is still some juice left in the stock. What you're probably talking in terms of their organic communication business is it is expected to be gradually recovering, and what we have probably seen over the past few quarters, it should aptly get reflected in the dollar revenue earnings for the company as well as the constant currency earnings. So EBIT margins should hold up, and as the parameters that you've probably seen for a lot of the other large cap players, you're probably going to see gradual increase also in the utilization levels and attrition levels coming down. So I think all the key parameters probably should be in their favor. So yes, if it's a 12-month plus view, I think a clear hold from my side.
Another viewer who's got a question is Mandeep, and the question is on Sterlite Technologies. He's got 100 shares of Sterlite Tech bought at an average price of 273 rupees. Wants to know if he should add more or sell. Let's get a fundamental view first. Mayuresh, Sterlite Tech, if you track it.
Absolutely, Prashant. And again, the numbers that the company has posted, I think a very strong set of numbers. And the confidence, again, that the management is probably reposes the faith in terms of the capex that they're probably doing is in the right direction. Again, exports around 54% of their overall contribution. But again, it's a lot of government schemes that are expected to probably give it the necessary leverage for the capacities that they're building up. Around 40,000 odd by end of 19. We've already got the capacity to increase to around 50 odd by FY20. So again, as utilization levels pick up and there are targets of maintaining the profitability of $100 million odd by FY20, I think even if they are getting close to that, I think the stock still looks interestingly poised in terms of growth. So yes, again, I think if it's a 12-month plus view, a clear hold from my side.
Okay. Get to the next question. This is coming from Nadeem Ghogari. He has 250 shares of GMR Infra bought at 22 rupees a share. Wants to know if he should hold or sell. Well, another leverage stock. Mayuresh, what would you advise?
Well, again, this stock has tested the patience of a lot of investors, and though there is inherent value in the stock in terms of what they can actually do in terms of their land bank and their core business operations actually improving in terms of their cash flow yields improving over the next few years, I think patience will be of key virtue here. But again, I think if one is looking at a 12 to 15 month horizon, my own sense is that why not look at other stocks? So I think why not look at stocks like a Yes Bank, for example, which has given an exemplary set of numbers, or even an RBL bank from the private banking space. Look at road companies, in my opinion, again, KNR Construction, very strong order book. You've got revenue visibility over the next 1.5 to 2 years. Very little debt on its books, very little working capital requirements. So I think look out for these stories where the earnings momentum can be extremely strong and cash flows also will remain strong. So my opinion is I think look for these stocks if you've got a 12-15 month view. GMR will test your patience over the next 2 to 3 years.
Well, we still have a minute more, and so Mayuresh, any other jewelry stock you would recommend?
I think Titan still remains the best out of the pack, both in terms of the pedigree of the management and kind of earnings expectations, 20-25% expected. Studded jewelry expected to also improve its share within the overall business, so the EBIT margin should hold up for the company. Though the valuations might be on the higher side, I think out of all the goods, the gems and jewelry pack, probably Titan still remains one of the preferred bets with a long-term view.
All right. Titan, of course, jewel in the crown perhaps for the moment. Thank you very much, Mayuresh and Sudarshan, for staying up with us, answering all the questions of our viewers. It's been a good day for the bulls. Let's see if tomorrow is better. We will wrap up this edition of Markets Today. Talk back on that note. Thank you very much for watching.